From the Watergate building in Washington, this is Hotline TV. Now here are Hotline editors Amy Walter and John Mercurio.
Welcome to Hotline TV, everybody. I'm John Mercurio.
And I'm Amy Walter. There's a slew of new polls, so let's jump right in. So, would you like to jump into the big pile of leaves that have fallen now that the air is getting crisp?
The air is getting crisp, and we're still seeing Hillary Clinton leading Barack Obama by super duper double digits. But this is the new Barack Obama.
That's right.
We were told over the weekend, he told reporters that now that it's cold outside, he will start to contrast.
Thermostat, turn up the heat.
Turn up the heat, exactly. He's going to start contrasting himself with Hillary Clinton. You know, I think you could ultimately in the next couple of weeks see some change in the numbers because anytime voters sort of have to retune into this campaign, they're forced to sort of reevaluate the campaign. But it's a big, big mountain for him to climb.
Well, it is, and when you look at what happened in the New Hampshire poll, so Marist College came out with a poll in New Hampshire today, and what they found there is that, and again, we've known this all along, but Democrats happy with their field, Republicans not as committed to their candidates. But among Hillary Clinton supporters, like 2/3 of them are very strongly supportive of her. So pushing people off of her is hard. The Edwards people, 1/3 of them say they could vote for somebody else. So they are easier. You know, that's the kind of person, if she had John Edwards-like numbers in New Hampshire, you could make the argument that, right, there are a lot of them looking around, not quite sure if they're going to stick with her. Mitt Romney doesn't have a tremendous amount of support in New Hampshire among like core committed support. Right. He's the one that actually could suffer more from this back and forth between the Republican candidates.
Yeah, because frankly, I think the much more interesting debate is taking place on the Republican side. I mean, you're going to see a lot of attention focused on Obama and Clinton, but the really sort of more soul-searching debate, I think, is going on the Republican side between the 4 top candidates. I'm putting McCain back in that four top because he's part of this debate. He's sort of inserted himself, but he's part of this debate. And according to the ARG poll and to the Marist poll in New Hampshire has just Romney leading, but it still has McCain moving up again. So look, I think that, and on that side, it's a much bigger question mark than on the Democratic side.
Well, and who McCain's picking those folks up from, to me, has always been the question, which is he does better among independents, which is true, although Giuliani still has a slight lead on independents. But the real question is where he's picking up conservative votes, which I think he's able to do this year in a way that he wasn't in 2000 because of the war. He may be able to pick up a few of those. But then again, he brings up immigration up there. He brings up campaign finance reform or anything, or taxes, and it's.
Yeah, I think that's going to be McCain's biggest problem. Although, look, I mean, he said he was faced with a question this weekend by a Romney supporter who said, "You're no Ronald Reagan," and he hit back and said, "No, actually, to be honest with you, looking back at history, Ronald Reagan was the Republican hero, but he also worked with Tip O'Neill as Speaker of the House in a sort of famously cordial relationship to get things done in a compromise." So that's going to be, I think, that's going to be the McCain refrain for the next couple of months. It's going to be, you need to compromise. Ronald Reagan was a great compromiser. And that's going to be something you'll hear in New Hampshire.
For a group of voters, though, that are not in the mood to compromise, but they don't have a choice because nobody is going to be good.
They don't want to be told a history lesson either.
Right.
That's the other thing.
Don't you wag your finger at me, history. Well, it looks like we're out of time for today, sadly.
Yes.
But we'll be back tomorrow, right here, Hotline TV.